Here we are at the Haunted Flea Market in Wheaton, Illinois, and I have the pleasure and privilege of sitting here and talking to the lovely Larissa Gomes.
Oh, thank you.
Larissa, where are you from originally?
I'm from Toronto, so not too far from here, actually,
Right.
in Illinois. I actually come to Chicago a lot as a kid, but I grew up in Toronto.
Really?
And I moved out to LA. Now I'm residing on the West Coast. I moved out to LA about 7 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. But I still have a lot of Canadian isms. I think there's a lot of people out there who still, every time, oh, you're Canadian, no doubt about it. Hose off. And they'll pull out every little thing. They're like, beer and maple syrup. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much all I eat. And then, beer and maple syrup.
Yep.
No, I'm joking.
I didn't really think so.
Okay, good.
Okay, you've been in a number of large draw, blockbusters, Saw 6, Saw 3D,
Yeah.
Resident Evil Apocalypse, or Resident Evil 2, whichever you want to call it.
Yep.
But,
that's great.
and you were in Femme Nikita.
La Femme Nikita, yeah, the series, the original series.
Excellent.
Yeah, that was on USA.
How did you get your start in acting?
It was actually an interesting story. I was in school, and then right after school, I had an opportunity to travel to Hong Kong to sing with a cover band at a 5-star hotel.
Really?
And I did that. So I went because I wanted to travel, and I did that for 6 months. And I started receiving a lot of encouragement from people in the business that I should consider musical theater and do more, maybe go into acting and that type of thing. And I had taken theater, and I'd done theater in high school, quite a lot of it, but I didn't really think to take it seriously as a career at that point. So when I came back from Hong Kong, I started to do musical theater, and that's how it kind of snowballed. And then I got an agent, and then I started doing roles in film and television, and I haven't stopped since. So
what's your favorite genre
of film?
Yeah.
I like psychological thrillers, and I love dark comedies.
Really?
Yeah, or sometimes just all-out comedies. But yeah, psychological thrillers. I think, like, I'm really a big fan of like Kubrick and Hitchcock and Lynch. David
Excellent.
Lynch. And I could name a bunch, but yeah, those are the kinds of films that I really responded to, especially when it comes to like thrillers and horror films. I like films that have the feeling of not so much blood and gore, but more this kind of psychological terror. Yeah, that's what I like.
What was your in Femme Nikita? You played a double agent type thing?
I did, yeah. I played an operative. They were called operatives.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, operative.
On the Femme Nikita. And I was actually brought in to kind of recruit my own boyfriend, to double-cross my own boyfriend at the time. And so she was pretty dedicated to her mission. Yeah. So I seem to get a lot of those roles where you kind of, I did in the beginning, and I love playing them. It's so much fun to play those kinds of roles, where you really have this duality in your personality, So
have you had training in like martial arts or?
I did actually kickboxing. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I did quite a number of years of kickboxing. These two brothers from Toronto, I think called the Twin Dragon.
Really?
And they were, I did that for a while, and that was a lot of fun. A lot of bloody knuckles. Yeah.
I'll be very careful on what I say.
Well, they did keep all the women after class and teach us like 15 ways to kill somebody instantly if you're in a compromising position, but I can honestly say that I maybe remember one. Because, it's difficult to remember that unless you're like
doing it all the time.
Doing it, and who's really doing that? So, yeah.
So you can only kill me in one way.
In one way.
Without thinking too hard. Ooh, I saw the Canadian coming through there.
Little Mike Myers, yeah.
And I was laughing too hard, and I kicked the. So sorry for those who are viewing, but I just kicked the tripod.
Do you know that Wayne's World was actually the character that Mike Myers did in Wayne's World was actually based on, I guess, the characters, the types of people that lived in this area just outside of Toronto called Scarborough.
Really?
Yeah, and true to that era and true to that kind of like personality that I think you would see living in their basement and like rocking out and those kinds of dudes. I completely saw that growing up, so I knew exactly when I saw that character where he drew that inspiration from.
Oh, wow.
So it was really cool, yeah.
Maybe I should have started this interview. Here we are in my dad's basement.
Wayne's World, it's a
Hey, speaking of music, you when we were chatting earlier, you have a band.
I do, yeah. I've been in several bands over the years, and I've toured, and I've done recorded works on, different albums, different artists, and compilations and whatnot. But now I have a duo, and we're going to be releasing. We've finished our EP. We're going to be releasing a single, hopefully by New Year's.
Excellent.
And the group's called Of Giants. And it's kind of an 80s retro sound with a little bit of go-go's, a little bit of maybe... It's hard to describe your own sound, right?
Right.
But, I don't know, a little bit of go-go's sort of passion pit, which is, I don't know if anyone out there would know. It's got like a very kind of big electronic sound, so...
Very cool.
We're really excited.
So what's the single that's coming out?
Well, we have, it's probably If You Found Love, that's what it's called, but we haven't exactly decided yet. We're kind of discussing it with the label, so.
Oh, so
we'll see.
If it is,
Yeah.
it will be if.
If You Found Love.
If you found love.
Yeah.
Did you write that?
Yes, I've written everything, all of the songs with my producer.
Where can somebody find your music?
Well, I did have a bunch of stuff out, on several sites before, but now that we're coming out with the new group, I don't really have anything out there anymore other than the ones that are on different albums that I've, with the groups and bands that I've recorded with.
Okay.
So you would be able to find that. I'm sure if you typed in my name, it might come out up maybe or on iTunes typically.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So that's this December, January?
Hopefully, yeah, for New Year's, hopefully. That's what we're aiming for,
So it's already down and...
Yeah, they're done. They need to be mixed and mastered and finishing touches, but we're just trying to just have it out by New Year's. That's our goal.
Awesome. Very cool.
But there's a lot more people involved in it other than me, so... But that's where we're all working together, so...
Do you also play an instrument?
I play keys just a little bit, enough to be able to structure a song.
Right.
And compose a song, but not enough just to call myself a musician. I'm a songwriter, singer, but I hope to be able to get much better at working the keyboard, To be able to be comfortable to play while I'm on stage, that would be amazing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Playing and singing at the same time has to be... Well, I'm impressed by musicians.
Yeah, me too.
Especially one so beautiful as yourself.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you're welcome. You're a very good actor, but it helps to be beautiful.
Thank you.
I don't have Hollywood beating my door down. I'm sorry, that was rude. Let me ask you just kind of a weird little question. If I had the brilliance and the knowledge of your background to ask you just the most pointed question that would go right to just the most amazing answer that nobody would even have gotten an answer for or even thought to ask you in an interview, what would that answer be? In other words, tell me an interesting story.
Well, seeing as this is weird review, I do have a stupid human trick, but enough about that.
Oh, well. We may have to end with that.
But I do also, one thing that people might not know is that when I was working on La Femme Nikita, I got really, really great at playing basketball.
Really?
Yeah, which you wouldn't expect. I mean, I'm 5'3", really. And all the guys that would play in between, over breaks or whatever, the crew and the cast, a lot of, different shapes and sizes, but basically tall.
Uh-huh.
And I would just get in there and play, and it was so much fun. And I think toward the end of it, I was really kicking some ass.
Really?
I was really working it out, yeah. But no, that's neither here nor there. That's not really, I just wanted to let everyone know that I had some skills
You are
in the basketball department.
You are a skillful basketball player, eh? So what is this stupid human
the stupid human trick. Well, I can do a really, really bad pseudo beatbox while I hum the Canadian national anthem.
Really? This sounds interesting.
It's pretty crazy.
You want to give me a sample?
I'll do a little, how about a little bar for you? So, like I said, really bad beatbox, but...
Yeah, I don't care.
There you go.
That's awesome.
Yay for stupid human tricks.
That was great. That was really great. Thank you so much.
Well, I try.
You blew me away.
Awesome.
That's what I say. Awesome. Thank you so much, Larissa.
Thanks.
From the Weird Review and from me, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Bye.